Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black. Hey people, how you doing? It's your man Tim Black. Welcome to the show. People, how you doing? What's going on? I'm glad to have you here. The Clinton reign is over. Oh, it's over. It's all gone now. What will the world do without the Clintons being in power? Can we sustain ourselves? Can we maintain ourselves? Can we survive, ladies and gentlemen, without the Clintons leading the way? And more importantly, what will they do? They're so used to having power. So used to it. But will their power really go away just because Hillary didn't become president? I don't think so. I think they still remain as powerful as they ever were. Maybe even more so. Because now they get to hold over people's heads all the things they didn't do for them to make Hillary win. There's been articles put out lately about the subject. You know, people, they're declaring it. I mean, what the hell? I mean, CNN. Van Jones, he went on CNN and said that the Clinton dynasty was over. And now, Van Jones seems to be a decent enough guy. I've disagreed with him on stuff, but he seems like a decent guy. But I don't think he's Captain Courageous. And I think for Van Jones to go on CNN and say that, I got a feeling the word has already been sent out at levels above Clinton that it's time to change the focus. I don't think Van Jones would have came out and said that unless his career wouldn't be over. You get what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about it, and I've been thinking about it for months. What would the world look like without the Clintons in it? What will the Democratic Party look like? Because the Clintons have steered the Democratic Party for years, for decades. Ever since Bill was in office. And now we're seeing the ending of something that almost always was. Can the Democratic Party actually change its ways? Can they rebuild itself, reposition itself as a party that people would actually want to vote for? I think Obama winning was a totally different thing than any other Democrat winning. I don't think the Democrats can recreate that type of magic in a bottle. Aren't there many firsts left? I mean, there's a few. We still need our first woman president. We still need our first Hispanic president, Asian American president, LGBTQ president, Native American president, but it's just something about the history of blacks and whites that stain on the country. You know, that whole slavery, Jim Crow, segregation thing that people, wanted to move away from. And we were hoping, I guess, as a country that Obama would give us that get out of guilt-free card. But no, I think it was more than that. I don't think people just voted out of guilt. I remember people saying that. I don't think that's what it was. People really want change from our system. Now, I was reading this article. It was written by a guy who works for Politico. And H.A. Goodman brought it up the other day. Well, during our show the other day. And they were saying straight up that the Clinton era is over. And he cited reasons for it. Like, okay, well, it was doomed from the start. Doomed from the start because you had the baggage of the Clinton years behind Hillary that was on her back, and she didn't know how to get away from it. And the reality is, during Obama's tenure, right, during those 8 years, a lot of these spots, these states were let down. And Hillary didn't have a big message of change. And she had that. She had the fact she didn't have a big message of change. She had the also fact that she needed the Obama voters to like her and vote for her to have any chance. But she also needed to distance herself from the policies that Obama put in place that hurt certain pockets of the country, more so than others. So she had to drape herself in Obama, but she also needed to throw off Obama in order to win, and she didn't do that. I think towards the end she kind of tried to. But see, I'm no political historian. I'm no political science major. I'm just a person who looks this stuff up, reads it, thinks about it, talks about it, and has strong feelings about justice and about people. That's all I am. So I don't know. I'll leave that to people who spend their careers, their lives trying to digest it. Just, to me, just on the basic, just how I feel. I'm disappointed that even if the Clintons leave, we got other Clinton types lurking. Hey, Clinton type, how you doing, Clinton type? What's going on? Same old business as usual, I suggest. Yep. At the end of the day, I don't think it's going to work. I wanted people to be free. Come out there now. Come from out there darkness. Be free. Throw down your shackles. Leave the dead end rat race of, being in this political party system, this two-party system, and feeling like you have to be beholden to these people. Be free. And it's like there are people who have been around since the Clintons and before the Clintons, still in the process, who don't want to be free. They want things as normal because that's how they get their money. It's people like you and I who want things to change, I guess. The only way to really move forward, I would think, is to go in a new direction. Trying to convince these people stuck in their ways that they need to change their thinking. I don't know about that. I don't know. I think about Cornel West saying he don't think the Democratic Party is fixable. I kind of agree with it. I don't know how you fix decades of, we got you, we're going to take care of y'all, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, And they don't. They just do what they do. They do some stuff around the edges. Let me get your edges. And they leave all this up here all screwy looking. And they just shape you up on the sides. Back in the day, when I used to have hair, I wouldn't have liked that haircut. So America doesn't like the haircut it's been given. So I'm at a loss, guys, because, I just don't know if one person leaving, the Clintons leaving, if that's really going to change anything when you still have all this big money, interest, people still running for office who need to get money. And at the end of I've said at the end of the day, I'm getting tired of saying that expression. Pretty much to me, if people need money to run, they got to do stuff for money. Yeah, the world kind of runs on it. They got to do stuff to get the money in order to have a job. In order to get the spot. In order to even compete for the spot, you got to have a lot of money. I get it. Some people, it seems like some people don't understand that concept. I get that. That's why the whole system needs to be dismantled. Because as long as it's a company that wants you to do stuff, if you want their money, they're like, okay, what you gonna do for me? You really owe me. And unless you get rid of that aspect, what you got? Like everybody needs a place to live, right? Like it's like everyone needs money to get by. Everybody needs to survive. Some people, and I'm a little pissed about it, I don't think some people look at other people's situations the way they look at their own situation. You know? Like, and I try to be empathetic. I do. It's just that when you sell out, right? Like, I want to be empathetic to any media person who's been covering the Clintons, who was being gentle with the Clintons and not going in and telling the truth. I want to be empathetic to her because, yeah, I understand. You don't want to be outside. When I say outside, I mean out of work, out of the ability to provide for your family. People have to realize that's how serious this is. But then there's a business involved. People hate that. They hate to hear that. There's the business involved. So as long as the business is still in place, does it really matter if the Clintons go away? Because it's a system in place that forms and creates a Clinton or Debbie Wasserman Schultz. A Donna Brazile. It's a system that creates these people. Who knows, man? Years ago, before the system got a hold of them, and I imagine like on one of those like Tom and Jerry cartoons, if you're old as hell like me, they go through the assembly line. Like I remember like one scene, Tom trying to get Jerry. I think he falls into this compactor thing, this meal or whatever. It's got like an assembly line thing, and you're going through it, and he's like going through all these changes, and like one makes him a cube, then it stretches him, then he goes to another section, and then it makes him, zigzags him, and it's like all these things. He's traveling along the path of this weird contraption. That's the system. That's people. Like in real life, that's what's happening. They're like getting pulled through this system, and when you come out the other side, you're not the same person. And if you're in the middle of it and you're already contorted and pulled or stretched or balled or whatever, right? Balled into, disfigured in the system, that's your state. Like, what are that's where you are in the, in the machinery. So what I'm saying, guys, is this. Getting rid of, not electing Hillary, right? Don't change the system. It just doesn't. And I don't know if electing Trump changes the system either. I didn't elect Trump, but I'm saying I don't know if that changes the system. I also didn't vote for Hillary. I don't know if not voting for her changed the system either. You get what I'm saying? Because the system is bigger than any one individual. Like when Hillary lost, right? And people were crying, oh, Hillary lost. No, not Hillary. In her speech, she's like, this was never about one person. And I know she was in her head going, yes, it was. It's about me winning this crap. I came to win. I came to win, fools. But she said the right thing. She said, it's never about one person. I think Bernie said that too. It's never about one person. This is not about one person. I've said it in videos. It's not just about this one person. It's not about one person. That's true. It's not about one person because it's a system. It's a system. So one person not winning or one person losing doesn't change the system. And if you don't break the system and rebuild the system, then what you got? What you got? So back to that money thing, right? If money's tied to something, it gets, what's the word for it? It can become corrupted because there's some money in it. Right? Like if there's money in it and people need money, right? then they're going to do stuff for the money. Not everyone says, oh, well, hell, I do this because people need it. Like, you're going to have some people that do that, Now, it depends on how much of a pain it is. Like, I don't know how long you endure that. Even the people that say, I'll do this because I'm giving to the people. At some point, you want a chair to sit in. At some point, you want to lay down on a bed that doesn't feel like rocks. At some point, if you're capable of that, providing that, getting that, you like, okay, well, I might want something nice one day. Might want a nice car that doesn't break down on me, that was actually new, like off a showroom floor. You might want that, for yourself, because that's something you've always wanted. And it's going to take money, not looks. So what I'm saying is, as long as money's involved, even the people who do stuff for it that we disagree with, we know if it's money involved, that's a temptation. And it's not only a temptation, it's like it's a necessity in America. Because in America, you'll die if you don't have money. I mean, you'll die anyway, but if you don't have money in America, it's a big difference of what kind of life you're going to have. This is not a communist country, a socialist country, I should say. Right? Where we're going to make sure you got some food. Isn't that what some of our conservative friends say? Like, you don't work, you don't eat. Well, what if I can't find a job? Well, you find one, Well, you got to make one. And then, well, don't do that. That's illegal. So, now we lock you up forever. So, I don't know. I'm feeling like, like the whole system's jacked up. And if we don't get money out of it, then you got no shot. So, it's like, Tim, what are you, so what's the answer? Because I don't want to be, I was thinking, look, back a couple years ago when I heard the term social justice warrior, I was like, oh, I want social justice. This sounds good. Social justice warrior. You fight for social justice. Oh, man, fighting for the people, fighting for issues that matter. Hey, but now I look at this thing. I look at the social justice warrior stuff. I'm like, these people complain about everything, and everything is blown up 800 times, and I'm wondering, I don't want to be called that, right? Right? And I know it's not everybody, right? But that's that over fake outrage that, and I've been talking about fake outrage for like 2.5 years. Some people found me during the election season. They think that's all I talk about, but I've been talking about social issues and fake outrage. I had segments on fake outrage. Fake outrage. It was it was one of my hashtags. And so I'm like, what am I doing? I don't want to be the social justice warrior. And even though Clinton's gone away, she's not really gone. She's just not president. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, so what's next? Democratic Party, politics. What are we going to do? Like, what's the next move for all of us? All these people. I haven't figured it out yet. I really haven't. I have not figured out what's next. I know what's not next. Bashing people on Twitter because they say a woman looks beautiful. That's not next. That's not next. I don't like that. I don't know. Burning books. Now with that, nope, don't like that. I write sometimes. So you read my book, don't like something in it, now we got to burn my book. I don't like that. But Tim, we have to have decency, structure to our country. Yeah, I get it. But who gives you the right to decide what is good, what is bad? So I'm like losing my place in this stuff. And I'm looking at what's going on, and we're leading up to the inauguration. And I'm like, okay, I was thinking we were dodging a bullet with Hillary, but I don't think the Democratic Party is smarting up. They're going to smarten up. They're not going to get better. And I don't know what Trump's doing. People like Tim, well, look at his cabinet. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know these people. I'm not in it to that extent to know their record. I look at it a little bit. I'm like, goodness gracious, what's this guy? Why he picked this guy? Why he picked that guy? What's this fool? He got this person doing. He got the guy that should be working on cars, gardening, and got the gardening working on cars. It doesn't make sense. It's like the punking of America. It's like, I'm trolling you Americans. You know, oh, you thought I was gonna put the toilet seat down. That's what you thought. No, I don't put toilet seats down. That's Trump. Oh, you thought I was gonna put the lid back on the toothpaste? Nah, I throw lids in the trash after I open them. You know, like the normal thing that makes sense. Like, he doesn't do it. He does something totally different, and you go, wow. So I don't know if we dodged a bullet with Trump. I just know that people got to eat. So how do we get good people? And then I think, Tim, who are you trying to figure this stuff out? Like, you don't know this stuff well enough to figure this out. Get me some people in here to help figure out, like, what's the next step? Because I don't know. You know, I don't know what the next step is. You know, I've been giving the resistance a lot of crap because that's like, the resistance. Well, you know, we line up and we just make a lot of noise on social media every time Trump does something. Did he sneeze? Social media time. Let's Twitter blast him. You know what I mean? Like, every time, you know, like, God, man, that's not positive. That's not, you know. We talked about it last night. Like, okay, so if you don't resist, be insistent. Like, build something. Like, we want this thing done. Let's push that thing. I can see people wanting to do that. You know, I would hope they would want to do that. Like, what are some of the initiatives? What are some of the things we want to get done? Let's do that. Let's not fight this thing. Let's build this thing. Don't fight this. Build this. Because you're going to have minimal influence over here trying to fight it anyway. So won't we use our energy to build something? And people are like, no, shut up, Tim Black. And it's like, well, you know, I got other things to do then. Because I'm not joining in that party. I'm not joining up for that group. In fact, I don't want any labels, right, on me or any limitations. So, I don't know, guys. I really don't know what's next. When they have this inauguration, when Trump is sworn in, that's huge, right? I thought it was big when Arnold Schwarzenegger became governor. This is even bigger than that. I'm like, wow. You know, like... And Trump did not have to marry a Kennedy. I'm sorry. Yeah, he didn't have to marry Kennedy. Arnold did, you know, like to get respectability, to play the role. Trump just went right from, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby. All right, president. So it's really strange. And I'm not saying that I know what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm just like everybody else, you know? Just like everybody else. Just trying to figure it out. Do I believe that now that the Clinton era is over, finally over, I hope it's over. Please let it be over. Please. Is it over? If it's over, what will replace it? Tell me what you think is going to replace the Clinton era. You know? I'm not so certain. I have really no clue. Look, I don't feel good about it because I don't know what's coming after it, right? Because there are people that, here's the thing. If there were so many people, because this is what I thought. I thought this originally. I thought once the Clinton thing was over, that all these media people and politicians were going to go, yes, I'm me now. I can get back to being me. I don't have to put up with this stuff. But that's not what happened, folks. Nah, that's not what happened at all. They kept doing it. They start talking about Russia. I'm over here like, I can't believe they're talking about Russia. They start blaming all segments of people that voted for them. Not the people that didn't vote for them. They started blaming black folks, Latino folks. You know, I don't know if they blame Asians, right? Probably did. Blame women. They blame everybody. And I'm like, these are people that voted for you. If these people that you are blaming did not vote for you, it would have really been bad. You know? Not enough of you voted for me. So, I don't know. No, I don't know what to say. Because I thought when they opened the cage and let the animal run, the animal would run. It's like that thing they say about the elephant with the rope around his ankle or something. And he knows he won't leave. Like it's tied to a little peg or something. And the elephant looks at that rope on his ankle or something. He won't run because he thinks he can or something. Is there something like that? Isn't there some story like that, some analogy or something? That's like people right now, like who I thought would just go, all right, glad that's over. But they're not doing that. They're staying. They're just sitting at the circus like, that's it. They're just sitting at the circus. They're not leaving. So, and if you got those people still in place and they don't want to leave, they don't want to take their freedom papers, right? They just keep working. And that's what I'm seeing happening. So I'm really not, and I hate to use that analogy, man. I do. It just comes to me so easily, that particular one. But there's other ways to relate to it. I don't know. You got a chance to get out the bad relationship, and you know the guy been beating on you, and he leaves. Get out of there. You know, get out of there. Well, I really liked it. No, leave him. But he could get better. No, get away. You know, you got a wife that embarrasses you in public. You are so stupid. You stink. I don't know why I married you, you know, girlfriend or wife, whatever, right? Well, when she goes on the trip with the girls, well, won't you change the locks? Or won't you leave? Right? And they don't. They just say, well, maybe she's right. Maybe I need to stay, you know, because it's tough out there finding somebody new. So I know I'm all over the place. I know I am. But this election, all this politics stuff is all over the place too. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. And I don't even know if I got a good guess anymore. I know that the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, they seem a lot more alike than they seem different. I didn't know that coming in. I didn't know. I was told Republicans were for rich people. And then Trump comes in. And all the poor people voted for Trump. Rich people voted for Hillary. It's like, oh, what's going on? I thought it was the other way around. I thought the working class people vote for Hillary. But you know, and I don't mean Hillary, I just mean about the parties. You know, I know why I didn't vote for Hillary, because I'm not stupid. I don't like evil. But you know what I'm saying. The Democratic Party was supposed to be working class, blue collar, this, that. So guys, I'm losing faith that there's anything else to be done within these two parties. And if I have any hope, the hope is that Trump will burn it all down and laugh. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Trump will just say the hell with it. I'm going to go ahead and just to blow up the whole system, destroy it all. And maybe I'm wrong, but he just doesn't seem like that's his intention. Doesn't seem like that's what he wants to do. You know? Not at all. Seems like what he wants to do is be able to say he was president, which is kind of a big thing to be able to say. I saw the clip of Obama on Jimmy Fallon, I think it was, and Obama was like, well, at least I was president. And drops the mic. Now Trump can go over, pick the mic up. I'm president too. You know, I'm the president. At least I'm a better president. You know, at least I'm a white president. I'm bad, man. That was mean. It's true, though. It's true. So, this is live stream on YouTube, guys, if you're watching this video afterwards. I'm just lost. I'm lost at it. I don't see a solution other than destroy it all. And I just don't believe Trump is the guy to destroy it all, guys. I hate to tell you, I just don't think he got it in him. You know, I just don't see it. You know, I mean, you gotta. I don't see a maverick. Now, if it was Bernie Sanders, I think Bernie would burn it down. But he didn't burn it down, did he? That rhymes. Bernie, burn it down. He had a chance to burn it down. He didn't. So now I'm supposed to think that Trump is more of a burner downer, barn burner than Bernie Sanders. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe at some point we'll get a better, clear view of it. You know, I don't watch the UFC, right? I don't watch the UFC, but I was watching clips of Ronda Rousey fight with Amanda Nunes. I think that's her name. If I got it wrong, I'm bad, right? Watching that, and I'm like, okay, this is embarrassing. Right? This is embarrassing. And the thing about it is, 48 seconds. That's how long the fight lasted, guys, if you don't know. 48 seconds. If you don't watch it, go watch this. Go watch the shellacking, right? It's like a GIF. It's so short because a GIF is only a few seconds. It's basically a little tiny, it's a very short clip. It's a 48-second. That's it. They had to stop it because she would have suffered brain damage. Definitely. That's what would have happened because Miss Nunes is just like, you should have not come back. Who told you you could? And she was doing combinations. And I bring it up because, first of all, she got beat up like she stole something. It was very entertaining. But the thing is, people are still trashing Ronda Rousey for it. And from what I understand, Ronda Rousey stayed out of the public eye during the whole thing. Like, she was like, I'm going to train, I'm going to get my weight up. Because she lost before. And she's like, after her first loss, she said, I'm thinking about killing myself. I can't believe I lost. I don't want to live. Let me go train. She did that for like a year, right? And she comes out and she gets beat up in like under a minute. Sorry, guys. She gets destroyed, basically. And I don't see a lot of people going, oh, Rhonda. Gosh, sorry, sorry that happened to you. I'm hearing the opposite. Like, people are like, yeah, I'm glad she got beat up, and I hope she burns in hell. You know? And it's like, that's how I feel about Hillary, and I know it's wrong. But I remember Ronda Rousey talking smack, like to other people before, like she was unbeatable. She's like, yeah, I'm the Ronda Rousey, whatever, you know. Hey. And I remember that. And I remember Hillary Clinton when she was running, she was really cocky, you know. Remember the black girl, Ashley Williams, trying to talk to her, paid money to go in here to ask her about super predators. Hillary's like, you talking to me? You don't get out of here. Basically, you know, I don't talk to people such as you. Back to the issues. You know, I remember that. And then a lady from Greenpeace asked him about fracking or fossil fuel or whatever, and she was like, don't you come to me with the... I remember that. I didn't like that. I wasn't offended. Okay? That's the term I do not use. If I use it, I get a demerit. I got to do 10 push-ups if I say that word. It's a lame word. Drop it from your vocabulary immediately. I'm offended. Shut up. You're an asshole. But what I'm saying is, I feel the same way I feel about Ronda Rousey, and I know it's wrong because she trained hard. She was the most popular, famous. She really fought hard in other fights. She fought hard in this one. She just went up against somebody that kicked her butt. Tell me if that ain't Hillary. Tell me if that's not the Clintons. And can you believe there are... Well, you know what? At first, there were more Democrats who wanted Hillary to run in 2020. There were more, right? But now, last time I checked, that number has dropped significantly. I think like 60%, 64% of Democrats do not want her to run in 2020. I'm like, whew, you know, that's good, you know? Finally, some people with some sense, maybe. Maybe they're waking up. But 45% of them want Debbie Wasserman Schultz to run, so I don't know. Just stuff I was thinking about, you know? So. The Clinton era is gone. Bye-bye. It's dead and stinking. It's over there. It's covered under the bushes. So way over there. You can smell it when the wind blows from that direction. But it's dead, and it is dead, believe me. I don't know if it changes anything. And I don't know how happy I can be. Even though, you know, because Amanda could be a jerk. Amanda beat the brakes off of Ronda Rousey, but I know nothing about her. You know? Do I want her leading the UFC? I don't know. I don't know if I want her to be the spokesman. Do I want her cameoing in B-level movies? Actually, Ronda Rousey was in some A movies like Fast and Furious. She was in that movie by Mark Funky Funk. Mark Wahlberg, those guys. Entourage. She was in the Entourage movie. She made some money. I mean, Ronda Rousey has been famous for a long time, just like Hillary Clinton. Not quite as long, but you know what I'm saying, right? But like, I don't know Amanda Nunes, and so I'm relating Trump to Amanda Nunes. I don't know what's this gonna mean. You know, I don't know what's this gonna mean for the country. But I think we're all gonna find out together, right? Unless you're leaving. Unless you're leaving like all those celebrities said they were leaving the country, for which none of them left. You know? Where you go? Nobody left. Everybody talking about leaving, nobody left. This should be a fine paid. You know what? Find all the Hollywood types that said they were going to leave the country and they didn't leave the country. Find them. Take that money. I was going to say build a wall with it. People, man, no, we don't need no wall. We don't need no. You know, there's already a wall. There's already a wall, right? You know that, right? My viewers know there's a wall already. Like, we have walls already. Okay, let's make sure, because people just, I hate the wall. Like, we have a wall, right? You do know that. Nope, didn't know that. Okay, it's not a new thing. We've been having walls for a while. It's just he ran on that crap. That's what makes it bad, is that he ran on that. Scary people over there, I protect you, vote for me. You know, that's a tactic. People fell for it. Like, these people hate you, I'll protect you from them, vote for me. You know, then when you get in, you go, they're not so bad. It would be a human rights violation to do that. Oh, yeah, they're not so bad over there. And you go, what? I thought you said you were going to protect us. I don't need protecting. All that stuff I said earlier about them being murderers and rapists, that was just stuff. I got to know them all. And they're good people. Come in here and help, do jobs, That's going to happen. So, I don't know, man. I don't trust Trump. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. If he was here right now, I wouldn't leave my lady with him. Be like, I'm going to the store. You going to the store. We going to the store. Let's go to the store. Or I send him to the store. I don't trust Trump. And I see it now online. There are people like freaking out. They're like, Trump lied. They're all surprised, like, dude, you really believe that crap? You really believed all that stuff? You really believe? I mean, I understand if you said, hey, because I thought most Trump voters was like, I don't believe nothing he's saying, but I hate her. That one over there, can't stand her, don't want to see her in the office. That's what I thought, right? And then the people that said, well, you know what? He's a businessman. Maybe he'll do some business. He is a businessman, Tim. Come on, He is a businessman. Businessman, business, Tim Black. It's like, yeah, I know what those two words mean. What does that got to do with him doing policies, implementing policies that help you? You don't even own a business. At least I own a business. It ain't doing so well. No one wants to buy my coffee. Hey, guys, you need to tell me why you aren't buying this coffee. It's very important. Tim Black Coffee. Go to TimBlackTV.com. Some people brought it and some people didn't buy it, and no one's giving me a bad review on it and wondering what you think. So please go to TimBlackTV.com. Email me about the coffee. Email me about the Tim Black TV, about Tim Black Special Blend. Let me know what you think about the coffee, man. I've never got a bad review, but it's been quiet. It's been quiet lately. So I need to know. But yeah, so I don't know. I did run across one story, guys. That has nothing to do with Hillary, has nothing to do with Trump, has nothing to do with anything other than this. There was an officer who found this young man, teenager. For some reason, he found out the teenager had weed. Did you hear about this? And instead of locking the young man up, and I forget where this was. I think I threw the paper out, so I'm going on memory. So, know what that means. Like, be careful. Going on memory. So anyway, somehow he found out that the young man had weed on him. And so instead of locking the young man up, he made the young man do 100 push-ups. 100 push-ups. And this is a great officer, because you get that on your record in some states or whatever. Like, you get that on your record, it's going to be hard for this young man to get a job. You're in the system. It's horrible, And this officer gave the young man an opportunity to choose. And, of course, he chose, hey, I need to do these sit-ups. I've been meaning to bulk up anyway, I've been meaning. And so there's a young lady who saw it, young woman walking by or whatever, and she videoed it. And now it's on the internet. So check that out. And it just goes to show that, not all officers are jerks, and yeah, pretty much, it's good thing, Good thing to do. Like not throw the kids' career, life, ambitions in the trash if you can help it. Like, now that doesn't work for you crackheads, and you meth heads out there who are really just gone. You would have to do more than just 100 push-ups. You'd have to do like run 5 miles with no shoes on. How much drugs do you have? God, some of you would have to do a lot more than 100 push-ups. Just be like, just take me to jail, man. I can't do it, man. I got bad back. I can't be doing 300 push-ups plus 5,000 sit-ups. Can't do it. So, I don't know. Guys, my outlook on it all is very negative. And I don't like being negative because that's not my natural state. I try to remain positive on these issues. But it is what it is. There's real work to be done, and I don't think just running around saying we're the resistance is really going to get it done. I think people need to have new ideas that make the country better. But, so here's the thing. Got a thing. Kevin Hart, bam, here's the thing. Bam, listen, here we go. I don't believe that we should, bam, ping, pow, don't like it. I don't think that people should rely on the government. We really, you know what? You can't rely on the government. If you rely on the government, you are a fool. You are a freaking fool if you rely on the government for anything. And I do mean anything. Other than them taxing you, that's the only thing that you can count on. So I don't want to even come off like that. Oh, what the government going to do for us? Because nothing. Not really nothing. Just ask the vets who died waiting on health care when they got back. How much you can count on the government for. They risked their lives for the government. They fought for the country, and they can't get a bed with a doctor staying over them. They got a 3-month, 5-month waiting list. They looked at the list, and some of the people had already died who were on the list. That's how long the list was. So if we waiting on the government to do something for you, it's horrible. And I'm also aware of this. I'm aware of this as well. So this is why it's hard being Tim Black, because I'm also aware that there's a lot of people who say stuff like that. They're like, I don't wait for the government to do this and to do that. You get off, you stop waiting on the government to help you. But see, I happen to know in the 50s, 60s, there were certain things the government did for certain people in this country that helped them a lot. And there were certain people that said, we're not going to help you. This is not for you. Get out of here, Blackie. See, I know that. So if you are above the age of whatever, you may know it, right? It's not something they talk about in school. So a lot of people don't know that some people did get a leg up in this country. They really did. Like, they got loans for stuff to buy property, land that is now worth lots of money. That's where it came from. Like, some people, not all people, and not all people have it good. But see, when I say stuff like that, I want to follow it up. When I say stuff like, well, don't rely on the government for anything, I also want to follow it up and say, some people really benefit off the government more than you people who say, don't rely on them. Like, you only talking about people who get food stamps. Like, you start talking about food stamps and, or, I don't know, public housing. No, we're talking about people who were given land. Land, man. Stuff like that. So, like, I just want to make sure we include that in the conversation, because most times when I hear people like me make statements like that, they never put in that they even know that the government did give some people a leg up. And if that family had responsible people in it who took advantage of said opportunities, then other people in their family benefited from it. That's not 1812. This is 1900s, middle of the century. That's 1622. But that being said, so I was make sure everybody knows I understand that. That being said, guys, don't rely on the government for nothing. And when they start promising us stuff, I'm looking at them sideways because I don't believe their promises. Because money. I'll start where I ended, or I end where I started. All about that money. So if there's money involved, it's going to be corrupted. We know that by now. The Clintons going away does not change everything. So people, if you are one of those people that's part of those types of groups that jump up and down right now, or been jumping up and down because Clinton lost, stop jumping so hard because it doesn't. Nothing's been changed. Did we avert World War III? I don't know. See, that's the thing. You never really know what you averted. So for the next 4 years, people are going to be saying, everything Trump does wrong, they're going to blame you, right? You do know that. They're going to say, see what you did to us? You know? And there'll be no way for them to be proven wrong because don't have a time machine, don't live in an alternate universe, don't really know, right? But you'll be able to say that all the time. Man, if you had went on and gave me that $20, that time I asked you for the $20, I would have already have had the money I needed. But you did this to us. Yep. That's what they're going to be doing for the next 4 years. What I would like to see happen is Trump do great things. But there are people rooting against him doing good things, even though they would benefit them. And that's when you know you're dealing with elitists. That's right. That's when you know you're dealing with some elitist people. They don't even want good things to happen in the country that they live in, that their mama and their daddy and their children live in. You know why? Because somebody they don't like will get credit for it. Crazy, right? That's like not wanting it to be a sunny day because somebody you don't like might be able to go outside and swim in the pool. You know what I mean? Wish it was raining. Look at him smiling. Wish it would rain on him. Meanwhile, you right there, it's going to rain on you too. But they're like, so? I'm good. I got a coat. And that's the deal. They got a hat and an umbrella. So when I'm watching, some of the corporate, someone said great. There was a comment, like I get a lot of comments. Most of my comments are great comments from great people, right? Every once in a while I get a jerk comment, like the guy said, well, Tim, don't talk about your problems or whatever. Nobody gives a shit, basically, don't talk about that stuff. I'm like, well, there are other shows that I like I like Joey Diaz. He talk about his problems all the time. He talk about stuff he been screwed over, jerked around. He talk about that all the time. Nobody told him he didn't have credibility because he talks about his life. He talks about what he's going through. Get this guy out of here. Who's this guy telling me I can't talk about my own life? Who's this guy? Just if you don't like me talking about my life, what's real for me, well, don't watch. I get it. Peace. But most of my comments are good comments from good people. And some of my comments are excellent comments. Like this lady, she said, Tim, our mainstream media is not liberal. She said it's corporate. She's right, it is corporate. It's corporate. It's also liberal corporate. It's 50-50. But the corporation wins. It's like 51% corporate, 49% liberal. Huh? So Megyn Kelly, she's going to MSNBC, right? Or is it CNN? MSNBC, right? Yeah. Megan's the devil. Yeah. She's the devil. If she's not the devil, she's the sister to the devil. They hang out together, drinking flesh lemonade, or I don't know, bone chip ice cream. I don't know. She's evil. I still remember when she was ranting about Santa Claus is white, just get over it, and Jesus is white, and that's just how it is, kids. Good night. Black people got kids too, Megan. Hello? B, Latino kids, I don't know. Never really know how Latinos can. Asians got kids too, and then they want to. You get my point. So I remember that. So now she's got a new job, and that's like really cool. It's like, look at that, just change ship. And she's like, she wants to go after Trump. She hates Trump. And they also offered her a lot of money. I heard that Fox offered her $20 million. $20 million. It's a lot of money. And she turned it down, y'all. Turned it down. Bring it down. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Somebody would turn down that kind of money. That's like Dave Chappelle numbers. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money. That's you moving. It's not Dave Chappelle money, but it's close to Dave Chappelle money. And I don't know how much she's getting from MSNBC, but it must be substantial. Because I don't think she would have said, keep the $20 million, I'm going to take the $100,000. I don't think she that kind of devil. I think she a devil who still got pockets and want to put money in them. So I don't think that's the way she would have rolled out. So they must be giving her a lot of money as well. They probably said, look, we're going to give you 19, but you can take as much time off as you want. She said, sold to the people I don't have to see when I don't feel like seeing them and still get money. So that's what she's doing. And okay, you know. All right. But there were times during this election cycle when Megyn Kelly was a human being. They were brief, right? Don't get me twisted. Like, it was only certain times. I don't watch a lot of any news, right? But there were a couple clips I was researching at times, looking at stories or whatever. There were a couple times she was kind of like close to being, you know, having a heart and soul in there somewhere. Like, don't get me wrong. It was never like a real heart, like you know, with blood coursing through it, but it resembled a heart and it had some soul a couple of times. So don't you know, it was never the type of heart that beat it, you know, actually pumped blood, but it was a heart. Technically, it was a heart. So I was like, okay. But still, it doesn't matter because I won't watch MSNBC anyway, right? I won't watch it. I won't do it. Just can't do it. Can't stomach it. Now here's the part where the guy who gave me the awful comment about don't tell us about your life. We don't want to know your struggles. Don't talk about your struggles. Don't talk about you wish you know you could be bigger and you could do more things with your business in your life because this is what you do for a living. Don't talk about that. We don't want to hear about that shit. Recently in my life, so do like this now because I know you don't want to hear it, guy. I'm trying to do better health-wise, man. So on my Facebook, if you care about that, I notice some people don't care about health. They're like, Tim, I don't care about you. I don't care about my health. I care about my health. They're like, Tim, I don't care about health. I don't care about no slushies. I don't care about no smoothies. I don't care about no juicing. I don't care about none of that. I don't care what, right? I'm just going to die at 32 and I'm good. Those people, this not for you, okay? This is just what I'm authentic. Like, this is something I'm going through right now. I want to be a better person. I want to feel better. I want more energy. That way I can do more, get more things done. I can't afford a trainer. I can't afford somebody to come in my house and cook my food. I have to do this. You know, there are people who have people to do stuff like that when they work as much as I work. You know, I'm like, you know, really a workaholic. So, you don't have time. Like if I was on a set, and I know people don't see me that way. Like if I was Megyn Kelly, you know, and I worked all the time, you think she's running upstairs trying to, you know, make an egg sandwich? No, she's not. They got food. It's there. She grabbed the right one and she go back to work. Like I don't have that. So I had to come up with a way that I thought would make it easy for me. Right here on my desk, look. Juicing. I'm juicing and smoothie in it with healthy foods and fruits and vegetables, man, and mostly organic. That's the way I'm going, right? And it's just something I'm doing, man. I'm changing my lifestyle because, I don't want my cheeks to get bigger. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to avoid the double chin, These are things you got to do when you cross 40. These are things you should do when you are 20. These are things you should all do. These are things we should do for our kids. But I'm preaching now. Do what you, look, do you. Do you, homie. Do you. I'm doing me. That's it. And if you're interested in it, guys, come through. Add me on Facebook at Real Tim Black, right? Because I'll be sharing my journey. That's it. Just sharing my journey. Having conversations, discovering stuff. This week I discovered high fructose is a killer. Oh, man, high fructose is a killer. It's like running around with a pickaxe, just sling blading people. It's horrible. And I'm like, you know what? And I'm like, I can't believe they could just put stuff like that, triglyceride, diglycerides, high fructose corn syrup in people's food, man. Just go ahead and put this in there. It's going to kill people. Yeah, well, everybody's got to go sometime, I mean, it's not like they're going to die immediately. They're going to have some joys, laughs, go to a couple movies. They all got to go at some point. I mean, doggone it, man. Stop looking at me that way because I'm killing the people. I need a place to drive. There's too many people on the roads. In a way, I feel that way. I know it's creepy, right? But I really feel these people like, you know what? We need to shave down a little bit of these people here in Connecticut. Like somebody sitting back going, we got too many people in the inner city. There's too many of them. Last week I took a trip up there. They were everywhere. Blacks, Latinas, Guatemalans, everybody there. Poor white people too. This all there. I'm thinking if we put some homogenated whatever-evers in the potato chips, we could shave off a few of them and nobody even know. Nobody'd even miss them. That's what I really believe, man. I know it's spooky. It may seem like, Tim, come on. But I think people are diabolical. As long as there's money in it, You know what? Maybe it's not that sinister. Maybe it's just like, hey, if we didn't use butter and we used, I don't know, rat droppings, we could save a couple dollars. Well, rat droppings it is. Let's get those rat droppings in here. Some food coloring on it. Does the same thing. Who knew rat droppings taste like butter? Who knew? That's disgusting, but you get my point. That's how I see it, guys. I don't trust them. And I don't think they should be trusted. I think when you start trusting them, that's when you find out the worst things about them. Sort of like the DNC. You find out that they are full of it, that they are rigging elections. Notice how everyone talks about the Russians rigging elections, and they still got Donna Brazile going on TV. They don't consider what she did rigging. Hey, here goes what they're going to ask you in front of the world that's going to determine if you can become president of the United States. Here you go, beforehand. They don't consider that rigging, but they consider somebody going, hey, man, here's the document that exposes the truth about this party. They employ her again. They want to blame the election on the other guy or woman. It's just not right. It's just garbage, right? Like George Carlin said, it's a group. What is it, a small group? They're all in a group. You ain't in it or something like that. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm not in it either. You know? I don't want to be in that group. That group is the devil group. That's the hate group. That's the group of death. They kill people. They're the group of murderers is what they are. A group of murderers. They don't have blood on their hands, so they get other people to do it. They just get their head nod, you know. You know, they don't do it themselves. That would require them, you know, exerting themselves. Well, look, guys. The Clinton regime is over. It's done. It's dead. It's gone. But to take its place, I don't know if it's going to be anything substantially better. There are a lot of forces at play. All those forces have money. And as long as that's the deal, then I think we're going to have these issues. We should start thinking about what we want to fight for, not what we want to fight against, and come up with some better plans. Because even if you defeat what you're fighting against, you need something to replace it. What will replace it, my good friends? Well, we got to have ideas. And ideas are what will create a bigger coalition of people that will be excited and willing to participate in said progression. And that's what I hope. And that's what I think. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a guy who talks loudly on a microphone on the internet, who has problems. So thank you so much for tuning in. Find me on Twitter at RealTimBlack. Find me on Facebook at RealTimBlack. Get some coffee at RealTimBlackTV.com. Get a shirt if you want to keep your cornbread. Even if you're not going to eat it, you still need to keep it. You have other people eating your cornbread that you can't eat. And that is the deal. I will see you tomorrow for Coffee with Tim Black and the whole deal. Thank you once again for being here. It's been great. You guys are fantastic. And like I always say,
nobody take no cornbread from me.
Maybe I ought to eat your cornbread.
Gonna be consequences and repercussions.
Yeah, it is. Consequences and repercussions, y'all.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.